Hey there folks, today we have the H&K G36 by Aries. Now I'm going to be straight up front with you guys. I did not purchase this gun. I actually won it in a gun raffle from an airsoft event from probably the last year, December last year. So this is probably, 4 or 5 month old gun. But yeah, I've had a lot of fun with it, but we're going to review it today. So features. This H&K comes with a movable cheek plate. You can also move the stock in and out as you please. On top of that too, a nice other feature, if you really wanted to get compact with this thing, press that button right there and it clips in, so you don't have to worry about it, swinging back around on you while you're mid-action run. I'm gonna keep the stock out because I let the stock out. Now it does have 3 different fire modes: safe, single shot, double, and then full auto. One thing I will note about this is an electric blowback gun, which I can take or leave. I'm not a huge fan of them, but I mean it's cool to have. One thing to note about this: the battery is the biggest pain in the butt that I have ever experienced. So I'm using a thin 7-volt LiPo battery. Now this thing comes equipped with a MOSFET, so I'm going to attach the battery. So I'm going to try and fit this battery right there in that slot. You can kind of see how it fits in there nice and snug. You want that thing as snug as possible. I've tried fitting a 11 volt inside of here, and it is a nightmare. So I'm going to take this plate right here, slide it back on there. Now this does typically come with, it came with a orange safety, blazer orange doohickey thing. And I took that off because blazer orange is for squares. So as I said, this thing is a pain in the ass to put on. You see how much I'm struggling right here to get this daggum thing on? So what ends up happening is this freaking cable gets in the way all the damn time. So the best thing I got is to try and tuck it in there as best as possible. Yes, I know you're probably sitting there thinking, but hey, what about you stretching that cable out? You're not wrong, but at this point, this thing can go die in a fire because this thing is frustrating. So I got that thing tucked in there. I'm gonna try and slide her down. Ugh, tight fit, tight like a tiger. So as it comes down, oh nope, don't quite have it. See, I hate this thing. It is a sweet shooting gun, I will say that. H&K, H&K, really good stuff. So I'm gonna try and tuck that in there as best as possible. H&K is really good stuff. I've always enjoyed their models and stuff, but sometimes the conversion to airsoft doesn't quite smoothly go over as it does in real life. Now, unlike most videos where I have a real life version of the gun, I do not have an H&K G36. I spent all my money on airsoft here recently, so I don't quite have the Splendid Daddy status, baller status that I would like to. Oh my goodness. Let's get that in there. Nope, something is still interfering over here. Man, this thing is a nightmare to put in. As I said, it is a pain in the batookie. Pain. So we're going to try wrapping this thing around here. And then we're going to try and slide that in there. That seems like that fits a whole lot better. We're going to tuck all these cables as best as we can. There we go. Come on, 3rd time's a charm. Right? 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 Oof, there we go, baby. So, you're going to take this pin right here and you're just going to slide it in. Now make sure that it goes from the left side to the right side for it to screw in there. Now you should be using a screwdriver. It will take a flathead right here. But I'm using my fingers because, well, I'm lazy. So, up here this is threaded. I think this is a negative 14mm adapter. Let me grab my threaded on suppressor, like my other suppressor. This has the nice acoustic foam in there to help it. Oh yeah, that's right. This thing doesn't fit. I need the other one. Whatever. I'm not grabbing that one right now. So anyhow, this thing, I promise you, is a sweet shooting gun, but it is a pain to get going. So as I said, we have got safety, single fire, and you're going to see the electric blowback. Oh, single fire, double fire, and then auto. Now this thing is louder than everything. As soon as you fire a BB, people are going to know what's up. Now we're going to set up the Chrono here. We're going to be using Elite Force 0.25 BBs. I like 0.25. It's a good starter for everything. So we're going to set this thing on 0.25. There we go. We're good to go. Let's turn this bad boy on. Now the magazine, fill this thing up. You're going to pop this thing open. You're just going to try and delicately pour a couple in there. Now, I think this magazine holds 400, 300 odd BBs, give or take. But we're going to wheelie bore this thing up and get some BBs in there. Now, how this thing works, you're going to slide that in there just like you would for an M4 mag. Another thing to note too is the sights are pop-up. I don't like them. I'm going to throw a sight on this thing whenever I actually use it. But, you know, it's alright. So, we're going to chrono this thing real quickly. We're going to chrono it on single fire and see what this thing does. Alright. 356. 322. 377. 379. And one more. 379. Now that's not going to be quite CQB legal because these are using 0.25s and they're shooting at about 400 FPS. So yeah, we're gonna have to watch that. So let's do a 2-shot and see the rate of fire real quickly. Well, let's see. Yeah, gummit. Okay. Let's see. Let's fire this again. We're going to swap it to auto and see what it does. Man, that thing is loud. Loud and fast. So, we're going to walk around my truck here and we're going to see how this does with just quick, accurate shots at the target. Now, I went back out there and I put it back up again because, well, you know, I'm not made of sugar. Poop floats. So, anyhow, I'm going to pop these sights up. I know I said I wasn't going to use them, but I'm a bit lazy here. So, we're going to put these things up, and we're going to fire these. So, I'm aiming center of target. Dead center. Now, note another thing, too. This the selector is ambidextrous. So you can use it with your thumb or your finger, left or right-handed. It's ambidextrous. It's really nice. Dead center. Dead center. Whoo, baby, this thing's accurate for a short barrel. Whenever you're ready to get done with this thing, you're going to press this button right here to press it, and it's going to pop right on out. Clear your round, and you're good to go. We're going to take this thing out and see what it does at long range. Yeah. Alright, folks. Here I am with the Ares H&K G36. So we saw what it does up close, and it's laser accurate, as Wayne would say, deadly. So I'm going to fight with the battery just for a second while I put this thing in here. And I'm using a 7.4 volt LiPo, 1 amp or 1000 milliamps. And if you're going, how do you know it's 1 amp? Milliamps is just 3 decimal places over. So just do the math. So sliding this thing around, playing with the wires as best as possible. I hate these wires with a burning passion. They could have put this thing in 1,000 different spots to be easier, better for the user, but they didn't. So it's I think it follows along suit with German engineering. Now, I'm going to get a lot of hate for that comment, and, well, you can kiss my butt. I'm going to title my comment. And my family is German and Jewish, which doesn't really apply here, but I'm allowed to critique German engineering. Listen, so if it isn't a pain in the butt, it's not German engineering. That's my philosophy, and that's something I've always held true. Whenever I was working on anything for Siemens, whenever I was out in the industry working for welding or doing anything with any German engineering stuff, and now it is beautiful, it is flawless, it is amazing, but while running. If you ever have to work on it, you're going to be cursing and yelling and throwing a fit and, well, just hating life in the most part. So, I'm loaded up. That's how long that took. So hopefully you don't have to do any mid-field battery swaps, because holy hell. Alright, so using the magazine, the special G36, you cannot use an M4 mag. I'm putting a lot of BBs in there, because we're going to need a lot of BBs. Alright, so now the hop up for this thing is not fun to have to dick around with. You have to slide the AEG blowback, then there it is, like your typical M4 platform. So it's kind of a pain in the patootie. So here we are shooting at 25 yards. Now I'm going to adjust the stock back and everything. Get comfortable, get nice and comfy. I do not have a handguard attached to it. I'm using the magazine as a rest because, as you can tell, the the magazine comes way below anywhere where the grip rest will come into. So, I didn't put a sight on this thing either because, well, we're just going to kind of feel out for it. Let's see. Why are we getting any BBs? Oh. Because you have to wind it up all the way. That's why, you dingus. Hey guys, I don't know if you know this, my part-time name is Dingus. Alright, 25 yards. Let's see how we do. A little bit of wind coming in. Oh, baby, dead center all day long. Let's shoot at the 50. Give the wind a few seconds to die down. I mean, we're just getting dead, even with the wind. Oh my goodness, just, oh, beautiful. This is a 7.4 volt, not a 11 volt. So, I mean, you know, if we had 11 volt, it would put it out a little bit better. Not saying that 11 volt is going to put out more FPS, but it does give it a little bit more. But it's not going to substantial. Alright, so shooting at 50. Oh, baby, dead center every time. Oh, this thing is beautiful. I love German engineering. I hate working on it, but I love German engineering. So, let's shoot at the 75. Let's see how we do on this. I'm going to turn the sights up. There's a bunch of wind, of course, because why would we ever have a nice, calm day? I'm going to take a swig of my drink real quickly. This channel is sponsored by not Coca-Cola, but that's what I choose to drink, even though I'm from the Carolinas. Okie dokie. So, wind's died down. I think it has. At least it hasn't whiffed me yet. So we're going to keep shooting at 75. Now, I'm fairly close to around the target. All kinds of around the daggum target. And there's more wind. We're putting double on this now. We're shooting two at once. All right, now we're going to do this for the 25, 50, and 75. So 25 with a double, with a double. So whenever I shoot this thing, it's got selected in here that shoots two at once. And when I pull one response on the trigger, it'll give me two BBs. So let's see how it does at 25. Ooh, dead center. Here's at 50. Okay, that's a pretty good spread on that. So I'm accurately hitting one BB, and the second one kind of whiffs around there. So at the 50 yard with a double shot, I wouldn't use it too heavily for, you know, trying to get precise shots. I mean, pretty obvious, but, you know, I have to state that. Okay. Now here we go back at the 75 again. Alright, let's go take a looky-loo at that and see how we did. I'm not expecting that to be any good. I think with the wind and everything today, I think we're going to have a hard time really getting much at 75, let alone 100 yards. But we will see how well that did. Now, whenever I come back up here, we'll shoot it full auto, and you're going to really hear this, how loud this thing is. But you're also going to hear how much that thing zings, zooms, and zops, and bips, and bops across the daggum field. As I said, right here at 25 yard, it's deadly. I mean, you're going to hit it every time. I mean, just, beautiful. The 50, pretty much, I mean, even better than the frickin' Crytek. The Crytek, I mean, it hit pretty much dead center, a little bit in the sea, but this thing, I mean, is hitting dead nuts red rectangle every time. I mean, it's just, I mean, it's hitting 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, beautiful. Now let's see the 75 yarder. I fired plenty of pop shots at it, so we're going to see how well this does. Alright, sorry about that. Apparently my battery went dead, because, you know, Dingus is my name. So, this is the 75 yard target. We're going to see how well we're doing on this thing. I know I hit. I could barely hear it. I took off my hearing protection. No one else out here. But I took off my hearing protection. And look at that. Ooh, baby. You can see definitely 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 Rooney. Now, you're probably going to wonder, like, hey, what's the spread on that? I don't know if you guys know this, but a bill, a dollar bill, is 8 inches across. Now, please do not pull your Peter out, because your parents are going to wonder what the hell you're doing if you have a dollar bill next to your penis. So we're going to measure off the center here. So that's 6 inches. That's about 4 inches. That's about 1 inch. And that's about 6 inches off center. So you got an off center 6 inch spread, pretty solid. But more importantly is that we are actually hitting at 75 yards. Now, as I said, these targets are life size. Things are human size. These are ISPA rated. I copied their dimensions. Don't tell them I did that. So that's the spread we're getting at the 75 yard mark. I'm not even going to attempt to shoot at the 100 yard mark, because if I'm getting 8 inch spread on that, I really don't want to be shooting at the 100 yard and having to walk down here constantly going, did I hit it? And I fired some quick shots off pretty close to the 100 yard, and that's made out of 3/8 AR 500. That's my steel target that I shoot with real bullets and real guns. So you could barely hear the ping on that. So I can hear the ping on the 75, but I cannot on the 100, even at a 50 yard shot. So I'm gonna hold off on that till I get one of the sniper rifles out here and see how they do. So far, I love that G36. As much as I hate dealing with German engineering, I freaking love German engineering. It is absolutely fan-freaking-tastic and amazing. I mean, it's just, it's a cat's meow. It feels so sleek and so sexy in your hands. I've heard people say that German engineering is the only kind of engineering that you want to have sex with, and I'm kind of inclined to agree. I mean, it's whew, it's nice. The temperature is slowly climbing here. It's going from 666 to 69.6. So the humidity is starting to rise. And now I move about as fast as two old people screw, so that took a little while for me to walk up from that 75-yard mark, but you know. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the review of the Aries H&K. The H&K G36 by Aries. I hope you enjoyed this review. Hopefully you got something out of it that you really want to do. Oh, before I forget, let's full auto this baby. Shooting at 25. One-handed. Oh man, hitting it right on the... Oh no, I'm out of BBs. Oh, dadgummit, hold on guys. I can't let you go without hearing that bad boy sing. I'm just going to spread a lot of BBs here, and I hope the range does not get pissy at me. These are the biodegradable ones because I'm not using my land. I'm using someone else's, and respect the environment, respect the people that you're using their land on, because they could easily come down here and say, hey, get the hell off our land, even though I pay for a membership here. And that's well within their reason. This is their property, this is their stuff. So, anyhow, full auto, 25, one-handed. Oh, baby. 50. Oh, gotta spin the wheel. This is where it'd probably be good to have a mid-cap, because spin this wheel, because how fast this thing fires is redonkulous. Sorry, guys. I'm a child. That's at the 75. I mean, you're gonna be kind of guesstimating a good bit, but you will absolutely be scaring the absolute poopy out of people. So, once again, this is Farfanugan. I hope you guys have enjoyed this review. I hope you've got a lot out of it. If you have any questions, please comment them. If you'd like me to shoot anything else, please comment. Now, you know, this is going to be coming out of my own pocket, so I'm going to be pretty picky and choosy on what I'm shooting, because, man, I'm not made of money. I'm a teacher. But I enjoy this sport. I want more out of this sport for most people. And I want some in-depth reviews. I want some in-depth, you know, target shots there. I want a bottle. It's windy, guys. I told you this. But I want some good, hard, you know, more than 50 feet. I want some good shots out in the distance. But as I said, this has been Farfanugan. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you later. Bye.